Hey everybody, welcome back. It has been almost exactly a year since my last day in the life video, and life looks very different now. We have a baby in the house and not in my belly, and our puppy is now 2 years old, so even her demeanor and routines have changed. So I wanted to give you a window into what everyday life looks like for us now, so you can see the changes in Pistachio as she's gotten older and how she's adjusted in having a little human sister in the house. Anything you'd like to add, Pistachio? Pistachio says, let's get right into it. So our mornings vary a little bit depending on when Nora wakes up, but typically it's going to be between 6:30 and 7:30. The first thing that I do is let Pistachio out of her crate before I go to feed the baby. We were pleasantly surprised to realize that Pistachio can hold her first potty of the morning and happily will just sit on our bed with her favorite brown bone and snuggle with Daddy while I get the baby fed. And then eventually her dad wakes up and will bring her downstairs for her first potty break of the morning. While Ben is working on Pistachio's morning ritual, I start Nora's. After feeding her, we'll play a little bit, get some snuggles in before I change her diaper. I'm not against any of you lovely people really seeing Nora's face, but I do kind of want to limit how much of it is out there on the internet, just for her own privacy and protection. While I'm getting the baby ready, Ben will give Pistachio her breakfast, which is a half cup of kibble. And here Pistachio is very excited to go see Mommy and Nora. It's amazing how quickly dogs pick up on routine, and Pistachio has just quickly learned that, Mommy is in the nursery in the morning. That's where Nora is, that's where Mom is, and because I have the door shut, she just needs to wait for us to come out. Ben taps in for me and will get Nora started for the day while I go take a shower. Everybody will hang out downstairs, and Pistachio is usually pretty happy to see her little sister in the morning these days. It's pretty cute. Ben eats his breakfast, Nora has some independent playtime, and Pistachio looks forward to licking Ben's plate after he finishes his toast. I'm always here to be authentic with all of y'all, as you know. So I will be very honest, Pistachio's had a lot more food handouts since we had the baby, and it's just coming from a place of mom guilt. I just want to make sure that she still feels seen and loved and favored. I come back downstairs, baby girl's very happy to see me and instantly wants to grab a mouthful of kibble. She is way more interested in her kibble than Pistachio is apparently, so I'm going to put her food over to the steps until Nora goes down for her nap in just a little while. This is me and Ben both working on breakfast, and I'm making a smoothie here and preparing some toast for Nora, but I have to pay my taxes to Pistachio here, and she gets a little lick of almond butter. Now I'm just getting Nora ready for her breakfast. She's been loving rye toast this week as we've been exploring more baby-led weaning, except for today. Apparently she decided toast was off menu, which I hear happens with babies, but this was the first time she changed her mind on something, and my heart was mildly broken. But she's still exclusively breastfed, so I wasn't too worried about her getting enough nutrition here. Then Ben left for work around this time, and me, Nora, and Pistachio went up to the nursery to play for a little bit before Nora's nap. Now that Nora is on the move, we have a lot more Pistachio and Nora interactions, and sometimes Pistachio does get whacked, and she handles it really well. Here, Pistachio was begging for one of her favorite treats of the day, which is just going into the tub. I can't explain this, but she loves to lick the bath water, especially after one of us has showered. Nora always wants to be in on the fun, of course. Pistachio got very tickled after her little bathtub adventure and is now zooming down the hallway with such speed and yet not hitting the baby or the tripod at all, which is just, she's truly such an agile athlete. And then Pistachio went back downstairs for some alone time, and Nora and I got to have some quality time together. Usually I would be working this time of the morning. My part-time schedule now has me working mornings most days, but right now our sitter is on vacation and my mother-in-law is helping us out, and she had to come in the afternoon. So I will be working in the afternoon in this day in the life and spending my time with Nora in the morning instead. Now Nora's going down for her nap. This is when I realized that my shirt had been inside out the whole morning. If that isn't mom life, I don't know what is. Coming back downstairs, had to say hi to my first baby. She wanted to go outside again, and our neighbor was gardening, and Pistachio became very stubborn about coming back in. So since she wasn't following her recall command, I bribed her with this pork nugget, which is just basically like a single ingredient pig ear treat, and that did the trick, so she came back inside. Now I'm just catching up on some editing and some other personal work while Pistachio cuddles close to me and the baby sleeps. All right, Nora is awake, so I go upstairs to feed her again. Had to play a good old-fashioned game of Nora on the cob. This is one of her favorites these days, and it's so cute. I love how it makes her squeal. Now I'm just tidying up the nursery a little bit while Pistachio continues catching some Z's downstairs. When I come back downstairs, I have new pants on in preparation for our walk, and Pistachio always gets so tickled when we change our pants. I'm not sure why. Now I plan to get us ready for our walk, but to my horror, I discovered that Nora had exploded out of her outfit with destruction levels I had never seen before, so we had to take care of that, and then we went off on our walk. Right about here, Pistachio got spooked by some construction guys who were working on a roof. And I just want to show this that, she's not a perfect walker, especially on a leash like this. And she started to pull when she got scared, but she did recover. Sometimes we just have to get past the spook for her to realize that she's safe and she's okay. And she did recover. Back inside, we're just waiting for our sitter to show up. And Pistachio was thrilled to see one of her favorite people. I go downstairs to start my work shift, and I'm giving Pistachio the leftover rice from my bowl that I prepared for lunch. And now it's time to do my day job, y'all. Several of you have asked before what I do for work, and without being too specific, I am a consultant for a company that works in environmental health and safety software, and I help design the training materials for said software and also create promotional materials for the software being installed at different companies to get people excited about it and make sure that they use it. It's a good job with some video editing, which comes in handy on this channel. After a little bit, I heard Pistachio whining, and her little head poked out from the stairs, telling me that she probably had to go potty. Nora is still clonked. Now I'm giving Pistachio her daily dentist stick. I just like these because they help with tartar and they make her breath smell a little bit better. I'm putting it in a puzzle toy to make it a little bit more of a fun, interactive part of our day. And now we finish up work. We end the shift with a little face bath from Miss Pistachio. Have to say hi to the sitter. And now Nora is awake. She ended up having 2 naps during the time the sitter was there because they were both kind of short. So while I feed Nora, Benjamin comes home and Pistachio is, of course, overjoyed to have Daddy back. She realizes she has to grab a toy to greet him with. I don't know why she does this, but she looks for her favorite orange ball and brings it to him just to proudly show off. Ben comes upstairs to tap in for me, and together we give the baby a bath after her explosive incident earlier, and Pistachio just hangs out in the nursery for a little bit. So now Ben and I are working on dinner. We gave Nora a piece of chicken here to practice her eating skills, and she is just so interested in giving it to the dog. She's very much in her handing things to people and animals stage of her development, and it's very cute, but we don't get a lot of things to stay with her instead of being passed off to someone like Miss Pistachio. Now we give Pistachio her dinner, and I added a little bit of chicken stock to it just because she wasn't eating great today, and I wanted to encourage her to eat it more. And now it is some family time and some play with Nora before she goes to bed soon. Just for the record, everyone, I am loving being a mom. It is the best thing I've ever done. I love this little family, and I feel like we are living the good old days right now. So I nurse Nora to sleep, and when I come out, Pistachio is usually waiting for me on our bed, which is very sweet. We had some friends over tonight, so Pistachio was very excited to be the center of attention and rang her doorbell while we were all hanging. Except for I realized that she tricked me and just wanted to bring her ball outside. This happens a lot these days. She rings the bell, finds her ball, brings it out, and it's fine. It's cute. We say goodbye to our guests, and then Pistachio does her final potty break of the day. She brought me her ball, and we threw that for a little bit before going upstairs to bed. I think one of Pistachio's highlights of the day is once the baby's in bed and she has us all to herself, and she'll just clonk on our bed for a while we wind down. She goes into her crate on her own, and that signals that she's ready for bed herself. So we tuck her in and say goodnight to that sweet little baby. Our firstborn. Good night, Pistachio. Thank you for watching another day in our life. I hope it gives you a window of what a family with a human little one and a furry little one can look like.